I've been on mute the whole time, Andrea. I've been on mute the whole time.
I know.
What a start to
I
the
wanted
first
to tell
episode.
you.
I've got 2 texts as well saying I'm on mute. Folks, really quickly, welcome in. Delighted to be joined this evening by Andrea from, what is now Nuggets Europe Italia. Andrea, how are you, man?
Good, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Hi to everyone. As I said before, I apologize in advance for my English, but as a non-native speaker, I'll try to do my best.
Well, look, as I see, NBA Serbia has laughed at me for talking on mute. I'm going to have to go back and edit this now because I was on mute for the first 2 minutes. No, don't be apologizing for English. And I'll say this now because my English is shocking. So, and I speak English, it's fine. Man, obviously a big day today. You guys at Nuggets Italia have I guess sort of partnered with us for Nuggets Europe Italia. I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts in regards to that there? And just before you answer, if anybody does have any comments, please feel free to put them in the comment section, and we'll try and answer any questions. But yeah, it's great to have you on the team, man.
Yeah, today it was huge. It was crazy. It was like I had like 15 new followers from all over Europe and US. It was just crazy, and I'm happy. I'm very happy to be part of the team, and also thank you, as I said to you before, for having me here and for having me in the group with Nuggets Europe. So it's just today was crazy. It was just crazy. the only word I can think about.
A little bit crazy, but there might be more news ahead. But I'll talk about that in a moment. But let's focus on the Italians for a second, man. You're obviously from Italy. Can you tell us just a bit about yourself and maybe how you became a Nuggets fan?
Okay, that's a question that I have been asked like my whole life. How do you become a Nuggets fan? And I really don't know how to answer that. it's just that I became a Nuggets fan. Okay, I liked Carmelo Anthony, the Carmelo Anthony era, the Nuggets since 2003 till he was traded, and yeah, I really liked the team. And after Carmelo left, I just stayed with Nuggets. And yeah, I'm Italian guy. I'm from Siena, Tuscany, like in the center of Italy, and I've built this community, if it can be named like that, in on Twitter. And yeah, I have like 300 followers, I think, or something like that. It's not that big, but it's huge considering Italy, considering how the Nuggets are in Italy. They're not very followed.
Yeah, but the thing that we spoke about maybe before we went live was, obviously the sport is growing in Italy and in Europe, and the fan base is growing for the Nuggets. So it is great to have you on board. And look, I'll say this now, and I'm sure you'll say it in Italian later on Twitter, man. If anybody is an Italian speaker or an Italian native speaker and maybe wants to do like a show or something, look, the platform is here. It's here. If anybody does want to do it, let's do it. Why not? We'll see what happens in that sense. Just before we start, maybe talking about last night's game, Andre. Yeah, as I appreciate, as I might have said previously, we have got big news as well. Obviously, it's great to have the Italians on board. We are planning a live show in Serbian each week from next week, which is going to be crazy, I think, man.
It's crazy.
Serbians are interesting people. They're great people. So obviously with Nikola there, it's going to be interesting. But you're talking about 300 followers, and we have 500 at the minute, man. You should see there's a Serbian Facebook page that has 50,000 likes on it. So there's a lot. I've had a lot of emails today from guys looking to come on to it. So it is like that. That means it will happen. A Serbian Nuggets show will happen, and hopefully we'll start within the next 7 days. And that's what we're about here, man. And it's the same with the Italians. We want to bring community closer together, and we don't just want to offer content in English. It's content that's adaptable to you. Yes, it's going to be hard with the time difference and stuff, but we will give it a good go as well. Anyway, I'm going to publicly say, Andrea, now, last night I was sitting down, so I watched the I watched the Rockies, and then I sat down with a couple of beers, feet up, and watched the Nuggets game. Obviously, it was the Altitude Sports broadcast. It got to halftime. The next thing I know, it was 9:30 in the morning, and I was still on the sofa. It happened. Did you watch the game live last night?
No, because here in Italy it was like at 2:30 in the morning, and I wanted to watch it live, at least the first part. But then, like around 2 a.m., I was like, no, man, I'm just gonna go to bed and I'll watch it. I'll watch the end today. First thing in the morning, I watched the game.
What did you think when you watched the game? Because I'll just give you my viewpoint. You watched it back on the NBA League Pass, yeah, or you watched like the replay. Well, I like obviously it's the Altitude broadcast, and it was just funny seeing like everybody, like we've seen Vic Lombardi in his house at the top of the screen talking, but
I've seen that.
we're gonna have to get Vic on in Italian. I have text Vic,
I'd
literally
love to.
text Vic this evening, so we will see what happens. But that first quarter, let's talk about the first couple of minutes. It was a weird game, especially in the first and second quarters. But man, straight from the off, like ball came out. I think he shot a couple of threes, but look, I know there were no guards there last night, right? But what did you think of the overall performance in that first half?
The first half yesterday, was not that good, obviously. I liked the impact of ball in the game, but he shot everything he has in the hands, like was like I can't remember at the end of the game it was like 6 from 20 from the court thing. But yeah, the first problem I think yesterday was like defense, obviously because of the tall ball that we have to put on court because of obviously there are no guards in the team, and so lack of defense. That's the only thing. That's the main thing about last game, especially in the first quarter.
But how tall was the how tall was that team last night? I think I could have seen the stat correct, on that it was like the tallest team in NBA history, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so. the tallest lineup in the history of NBA. Yeah,
I genuinely think that ball's wingspan is higher than I am as a person, which or sorry, wider or whatever. Like it's like, Jesus, man, like that guy's arms. Like take one of his arms.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it was. And the interesting thing is that he never plays, inside the 3 seconds area. He just plays like in backcourt, and okay, you're good. Okay, you can shoot. Okay, you can do everything, but you're 7'2". You have to go under the basket sometimes.
But I don't know if you said this a second ago, but what about the time last night that he didn't really jump to get the ball, but he literally caught the ball.
Yeah,
like as if I think it was above the square line on the board. Jesus, man, like that was just. I was laughing watching, like, going, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this is nuts. But yeah, man, I don't know if ball mania has reached Europe yet, but I mean, I'm getting there.
I think yes. I think he did.
Do you think that he do you think that he will play much this season at all, or if any?
Uh, I don't know. I don't this season. I don't think so. He
Yeah.
might have some minutes. He might have some minutes. Maybe before the playoffs.
Hmm.
But if he works well, if he works hard, in the summer. Okay, it's already summer, but anyway, next season it could be really good. It could be really good. He has a lot work to do. So, but
Yeah, I think he is like a rough diamond almost. It's going to take a lot more
yeah,
time for him.
yeah,
You can't just like come in and just. It's like somebody you don't see somebody play in Serie A at 15 years of age. It doesn't happen. You have to
yeah.
give it
Doesn't
time.
happen.
You have to
Doesn't happen.
develop. He has got like obviously he can shoot. Like
Yeah,
he can shoot really when he's on fire, and we've seen that especially in the first game against Washington. He's been
yeah,
very impressive, but yeah, I think it's time just to maybe give it a little bit of time just to see what happens and take it from there. But no, it's obviously an interesting time for Nuggets fans. Did you really think? And I like at the end of the day, I mean, you're saying that you're in Italy. You guys obviously for us in Europe went through the bulk of the virus before anybody else. You like
yeah.
Italy was the center of the virus at one point.
Yeah.
Did you realistically think in February or March that the NBA would come back in Disney World in August?
No, no way, no way, because yeah, the situation was just like not good, not good. And I think now it's even worse, maybe in the US, but
Yeah.
but okay. And yeah, so back in March, I didn't think. I think the season you know, was
Mm.
ended like that.
And I think as well, like the whole situation in which when it was suspended, I'll never forget that night because that was the night that everybody, I wouldn't say panicked, but everybody started to
Yeah,
think, "Oh my God, this is it," and it's starting to
yeah.
really affect sport.
You know that even for me in Italy, we were like, as you said before, the first one to get the this pandemic,
Mm,
and but the fact that really opened my eyes, it was like NBA season canceled. It was
mm.
like, okay, it's a serious problem. I don't know why, but I didn't thought of that till that moment. It was in that moment that I was like, okay, it's huge. It's
Yeah.
something that is here to stay.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how it actually works in Disneyland. Like, um, do you think it will work now that everybody will the vast majority of players are in the bubble? Do you think it will work? Do you think we'll get to the finals in October or November?
At this point, they have to. They
Mm.
have to get to the end of it, because personally I don't think it was a good idea to just the whole bubble idea, the whole everyone to Orlando. I didn't like it very much, but they did it, so now they have to go straight to the end.
I have to be honest. I would be of the same opinion as you, but we've obviously witnessed the virus maybe a little bit different over here to maybe people in America have, and I guess at the end of the day, money talks, and you have to have a league on. Like we've obviously seen with football and soccer that Serie A is back on. The Premier League ended today,
Yeah,
so it just depends. It is. I have to say, Andre, it is a bit different watching it. With no fans. I can't get used to that yet. Obviously, with
yeah,
football, like if you're watching a football game, it's you can almost get around the fact there's no fans in the stadium because they're just playing because it's such a vast area. While
yeah.
Siri tells me to wise up and stuff. I must have said serious at one point. Yeah, but like you can sort of get around the fact that there's fans, or there's no fans in the crowd because it's such a vast area. But in this little I can't call it an arena. It's just like it's like a venue that you could have like a wedding reception in. So it's just funny. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Just too weird.
Here, look, just before we wrap up and finish this conversation, man. Obviously, the Nuggets now go into, I think the final game is on Monday, and the game is actually at a
Yeah.
decent time for us. I think it's sort of,
Yeah.
we're getting
Yeah,
to
it's
like
like
9 or 10 at night.
7 p.m., I think. No,
7
that
p.m.
was that was the first game, official game.
Oh, sorry, Saturday. I was getting
Yeah.
I was gonna say you were getting my hopes up there, man. I'm only joking. Yeah. So the game tomorrow
It's at
night.
1
So
a.m. 1 a.m. here in
it's at
Italy.
1 a.m. for
So
you, and it's
yeah.
12 a.m. for me. So I'm a happy man. I'll watch a little bit. I feel bad for you because these games are quite late. But as you said, the game against Miami on Saturday
Yeah.
is on quite early for the both of us. Over here in the UK and Ireland, Andre, every game now from Saturday is on Sky Sports, which is fantastic. Do,
Yeah.
do, do you
Here
guys
too.
have the
Here
same
too.
situation in Italy? Yeah.
Yeah. We have the Sky Sport NBA, and we watch it there. Not every game. Not every game. They have like a couple of games at night. But yeah.
Just seeing a comment here. You never quit. Apparently, I work very hard. Yeah, I'm just sitting at a computer talking, Michael. But I mean, it's all good. And I love basketball. Like, I mean, I'm all in on the Nuggets at the minute, man. It's gonna be good. Um, do you think? Do you think Monday is gonna be a watchable game? Because we seen last night, Nikola barely he played. Was it like 12 minutes or something? He didn't even play that much. So, do you think Monday might be? Well, I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say, do you think it might be damage limitation? But man, seriously, they've there's not a lot of players in that roster to actually choose
I'm
from at the
gonna
minute.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The answer is no. It's a straight no.
I,
as
I love I
as
love your
the, as
honesty.
the games as the games with the Wizards and the Pelicans, the last two games, they were not games. They were like people just shooting the ball. But I think with the official games returning, it will return like real basketball.
Just finally, Andre, where where does this Nuggets team sit going in now? Obviously, 8 seeding games, and then a postseason, and we'll see exactly what happens in the playoffs. But where do you think this team sits? Do you think this team has a chance, or do you think they're maybe a little bit off, or where do you see them going in now into this next part?
It's difficult to tell because of this new situation. Nobody really knows how to handle this. So you can see, I think we'll see something like never expected. It might be
Yeah,
us. It might be us. It might be anyone else. I don't know. But I think
it
we
could be
have,
somebody like out of nowhere. You think? Yeah,
yeah, not winning the title maybe, but have a good run on the playoffs. Maybe, yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think
think yeah.
for us, mm, I'm a bit pessimistic on this. I think the roof for us is like Western Conference Finals. Sorry,
Hmm.
because I think the Lakers and the Clippers are just too good to beat. Maybe you can be one of them, but the other one,
Yeah, it would be hard. Like obviously, in the second round or whatever, if you did get a team like a big team and beat them, it would be hard to actually conserve that energy and then keep going over that period. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think we're in for a number of late nights, Andre. Hopefully there isn't a second wave
yeah,
and we're
hopefully,
not off,
hopefully.
and we'll see what happens, man. No, look, I have to say, like on behalf of Colorado Europe, we're very thankful to have you and your team on board. We're definitely looking forward to what the future might hold, whether it's in like articles or videos or just general banter tweets. But it should be a good laugh, and it's good to have an Italian perspective on the Nuggets. And you're welcome on any time, man. It's been a pleasure.
It's been an honor. It's an honor to be part of the team, and thank you to having me tonight and having me in the group in the Nuggets Europe.
Thanks, Andrea, and hopefully everybody, guys, we will try and get a review episode up after the Orlando Magic game before the big start on Saturday. Good luck. See you soon.